What's going on, everybody out there? It's Ron Brown, LMT, the People's Fitness Professional, reporting for duty. Soul Brother number one. Thank y'all for coming out this evening. I really appreciate y'all. Brother Abdullah Bey and Israel Bey.
Peace, everyone.
Peace. We're going back into the misconceptions within the Moorish movement. I want to let everyone know to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, we are on Buzzsprout. You can leave fan mail if you want to leave fan mail for my audio listeners on Spotify, Apple Music, and all of that, Apple Podcasts. Leave fan mail. Don't forget the super chat. Whatever donation you can send us, we would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to grow the platform bigger and bigger and bigger and better. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna let the brothers take it away, and you got the floor.
Right. Peace. Part 2 to addressing the misconceptions at large within the Moorish movement using evidentiary standards. This is the octopus of territorial sovereignty. So the topic is territorial sovereignty. Territorial sovereignty is the head of the octopus. Elements of territorial sovereignty are acquisition of territory, loss of sovereignty, land boundary cession treaties, territorial jurisdiction, law of succession, change of sovereignty of a people and the United States Constitution, acquisition of nationality through subjugation and cession, change of sovereignty and its effects of the nationality of the inhabitants.
And these are international law principles, as territorial sovereignty is the primary core principle that are interconnected with these other principles that affect us as a people that we have to address. So this is I had Israel do this, and then he was in black and white, did in a color, so that we can give the people a snapshot of these international law principles that affect us as dealing with our conquest matters. So this is we just want to give to people. We've actually done a lesson on this was a magnet crystal pyramid, then was on another platform, and so we'll do this on this platform too. Ron, we're going to definitely need 2 hours for this one. We do this one, all right? So you should let us know when you want us to do this particular lesson.
Okay.
All right. Next, we have the Sankofa bird. The Sankofa bird is a cultural symbol of Ghana, and it means to look back and correct what was wrong, or look back and get what was left behind. And we have the Sankofa bird standing on nationality. Nationality is interrelated to the following principles. So these are elements of nationality. At the top, national sovereignty. To the left, self-determination, self-governance, national consciousness, national self-consciousness, national pride, national culture, national character. And on the right side, we have sovereign identity of the state's identity, constitutional identity, constitutional name, national identity, and constitutional self-governance. And also the Sankofa bird, as you see, has a fez on of Moorish cultural attire, and looking back to get the Moorish nationality, which was left behind and forgotten. All right. On the left side, we have national self-consciousness, national consciousness, national pride, national culture, national character, national coat of arms, national seal, national flag, self-governance. On the right side, national sovereignty, constitutional self-governance, constitutional name, diplomatic protection, treaty protection, consular relations, self-determination, national name, and national identity. To the far left, we have consanguineous aspect of nationality. Consanguinity, ancestry, parentage, descent, genealogy, pedigree, lineage. Then we have the social, cultural aspect of nationality. Language, dress, headdress, ceremonies, holidays, rituals, festivals, dance. Then we have the political framework of nationality. Involves defining the national identity of the people. Constitution, the political, the people of. The political phrase, a term, the people of. To the far right, we have legal framework of nationality. Involves the creation of nationality laws and the execution of the nationality laws. Four primary elements of nationality and internationality. Legal bond, rights and duties.
In international law. In international law.
Four primary elements of nationality in international law: legal bond, rights and duties, state's jurisdiction, and diplomatic protection.
Yeah. All right. So here, the consanguineous aspect of nationality and the social cultural aspect of nationality are protected within the political and legal framework of nationality. Sovereignty is the legal and political framework that recognizes, institutionalizes, and formalizes the nationality of the people. When the sovereignty is lost, the political and legal framework for a nation's nationality is also lost or dormant. So therefore, it doesn't have the legal force anymore. Meaning that I am German. One's going to say I am German. If Germany lost her sovereignty, it no longer has the political and legal force. I mean, it's taken out of the political and legal framework. So it doesn't mean that that German has a legal bond to Germany. Why? Because the sovereignty is lost. One cannot have a legal bond to a state whose sovereignty is lost. So, but of course, the consanguineous aspect is there, but the protection is lost. As I said before, the consanguineous aspect and the social cultural aspect is protected within the political and legal framework. For example, the Senegalese constitution, the Senegalese, the official language of the Senegalese people shall be. That means that the language that is being protected within the Senegalese national constitution. That's the political framework. And then you would have legislation, national holidays, or national dress, and so forth. So now it's protected through the legal framework, through the creation of laws that protect the culture of the people. But when the sovereignty is lost, the protection is lost. So our Moorish nationality, because our sovereignty has been lost and yet to be restored, our Moorish nationality does not have the legal and political force because the sovereignty is lost. So it doesn't mean that we have a legal bond to Morocco. Why? Because the sovereignty has been lost and yet to be restored. And so Juali, 112 years ago, laid the footprints to restore our legal bond, our political and legal frameworks of our Moorish nationality. And international law, that's the international law, international legal process known as reversion to sovereignty. Juali, what he did when he displayed the Moorish flag, the elements of a flag, sovereignty, national identity, territoriality, diplomatic presence. So Juali did express sovereignty when he reintroduced us to our mother, the Moorish flag, because embodied in the Moorish flag is the Moorish nationality. the Moorish sovereignty, the Moorish pre-existing Moorish national unity, pre-existing territoriality, embodied in all four of these columns are embodied in the Moorish flag. So she's dormant now. Our sovereignty is dormant. She can't protect us now, but Juali laid the framework, he laid the footprints to restore the protection. It has yet to be restored due to elements of people not coming to understand what he actually did. But, it's been said that Juali did not say sovereignty. That may be true. But when he displayed what he did, I'm talking about the act of displaying the Moorish flag is a expression of restoring a people's sovereignty, because the flag represents sovereignty. Like, how would one could say, one says because they lack knowledge. That's my bad. One says because they lack knowledge. So that's how. The how that one says that Juali then talks sovereignty is because they lack knowledge of what a flag is. That's all that is. It ain't no back and forth. They lack knowledge of what a flag represents. A German flag represents German sovereignty. Chinese flag, Chinese sovereignty. Russian flag, Russian sovereignty. Moorish flag, Moorish sovereignty. In this case, are pre-existing, but it's still Moorish sovereignty. So once they come to understand the elements of a flag, sovereignty, national unity, territoriality, diplomatic protection, diplomatic presence, that's all that is. So it's through a lack of study. That's how they come to say. Because anyone who understands, any jurist, any international jurist, any international law professor, any ambassador, any consul general, and any consul, any president, any prime minister, they know what I know. They know what a flag is. So if you say, well, and you show them the flag, well, this Juali, 112 years ago, he went to introduce us to our flag, but he didn't talk sovereignty. They're gonna look at you like you're a fool. How are you going to say that Juali didn't talk sovereignty when he displayed the flag? It doesn't go. What it is that you lack knowledge. That's all that is. I'm not insulting anybody. I'm not insulting. You lack knowledge. That's all that is. All right, we continue.
All right. Let's get into the misconceptions at large. Misconception at large. Once you claim your Moorish nationality, you cease to be a United States citizen.
All right, so once you claim your Moorish nationality, you cease to be a United States citizen. All right. This is why we showed the octopus. The octopus. United States territorial sovereignty, as you saw, that was at the head of the octopus. Territorial sovereignty is a core principle in international law. United States has territorial sovereignty over our land. France conquered our land and surveyed our land under Louis XIV, Louisiana Territory. France transferred French territorial sovereignty to the United States through the 1818 Louisiana Purchase Treaty in 1803. United States of Mexico, which was Spain's territorial sovereignty, and transferred to the United States of Mexico. United States of Mexico transferred Mexican territorial sovereignty to the United States through the Guadalupe Peace Treaty in 1854. Spain transferred Spanish territorial sovereignty to the United States over East Florida and West Florida through the 1818 treaty. Great Britain transferred territorial sovereignty through the respective 13 states along the Atlantic Seacoast in the Article 1 of the 1783 Definitive Peace Treaty between Great Britain and the United States. His Britannic Majesty, which was King George III at the time, acknowledges the United States viz all 13, V-I-Z means Latin for namely, all 13 in name, to be free, sovereign, and independent states as he treats with them. So he relinquishes So King George III is relinquishing the territory to each of the 13 states respectively. That's how the United States gained territorial sovereignty. And the result of one of the elements of territorial sovereignty is not only the secession state gains jurisdiction or in control over the transferred territory, but also over the inhabitants. So United States, so now there's a process. United States forced us, the process of a state forcing a people of a foreign state, I mean, the conquering state forcing a conquered population of a state that they're subjugating is known in international law as acquisition of nationality through subjugation. Which means that United States, forced us into their legal system and placed us into a new citizenship framework. You declaring who you are, I'm a Moor, doesn't remove the subjugation. You having Moorish paperwork doesn't remove the United States subjugation over you, our people. Why? Our mother is still in the hospital. Right? So you have a legal bond now. I'm no longer a United. So that means that I'm no longer a United States citizen, which means that you're no longer in the legal system of the United States. Yes, you are. Our mother, Morocco, is still in the hospital. We haven't completed the process that Drew Ali laid the footprints out in 112 years ago. We haven't completed it. Our sovereignty has yet to be restored. It's been in the process for 112 years. And why is this taking so long? Lack of knowledge of what you see here. Lack of knowledge of the four columns of nationality. That's why. So once again, our Moorish nationality does not have the political and legal force as the German nationality, French nationality, Senegalese nationality, Russian nationality, Iraqi nationality. Why? One, their sovereignty is intact. Our sovereignty has yet to be restored.
Exactly.
I understand it's because it's wrestling against the misconceptions. As I'm speaking, the misconceptions are taking precedence in your mind. I got you. The misconceptions. So and it's going to take some time. All right. Because you've been taught that this process, not knowing that we have to restore our mother. Our mother has yet to be restored. Our mother is still in the hospital. She's in a coma. Our sovereignty is still lost. We have to revive her so that we can come back under her protection. Meaning, Ron, as I said to you, and Mike, as I said to you before, is that we have to raise the level of our people so that we can resonate with international law professors. We can resonate with international law jurists. We can resonate with consuls and consul generals and ambassadors. I want to resonate with them. I want to prepare the people. I want to elevate the people to be able to dance with them. That should be our aim. We're developing a curriculum so that we can resonate, we can raise the level of this Moorish movement, the informational base level. It's been too low. It's in quicksand. You cannot restore, rebuild, reestablish. Reversion to sovereignty in quicksand, misconceptions upon misconceptions. We can move on.
Another misconception at large. Moors can correct their denationalized, dehumanized, and subjugated status as Negro, Black, and colored by simply going into a United States court and declaring their Moorish nationality.
All right. This is the United States continuing their redefining and reclassifying us that France and Spain and Portugal and Great Britain did, like we redefining and classifying our people as black, Negro, colored. We are Moors by consanguinity. Nothing changes that. That's your blood. That's your ancestry. But you say to correct, they dehumanize and the subjugation status of Negro, color, black. All that means is that you are subjugated. You're still meaning if you put on record in the United States courts. So let's deal with the power. Let's deal with jurisdiction now. United States courts don't have the authority to address matters dealing with Moorish nationality. That power is invested in the Moors and the organized government structure. That's Moorish sovereignty. So what does it mean in international law? What does it mean in international law? All right. So the French courts. So Chinese nationals are going to French courts to have the French courts, decide on their nationality or recognize their nationality. The French courts don't have that power. So, but what would it mean in international law? You're going to a foreign power. That's still subjugation. You're asking a foreign power, United States courts, foreign power, foreign to the United States, going into the United States court and declare their Moorish nationality. You're declaring your Moorish nationality in United States courts. Chinese are declaring their Chinese nationality in French courts. We don't know international. What does that mean? What does that act mean in international law for foreign power? Our mother has that power. That's Moorish sovereignty. You talking about the United States courts exercising Moorish sovereignty. So it's just once again, it's just a lack of knowledge. What Ali did in one of the elements of reversion to sovereignty is restoring a conscious Moorish population.
That's the key.
So the Moorish nationality card that is given at that Moorish science temples give, that doesn't once again, it doesn't have the political and legal force of nationality because our sovereignty has been lost. But a key element. That identification card is a key element for reversion of sovereignty. What it means is that it's keeping and developing a national registry, because you're talking about you develop a national registry of conscious Moors, and so those who are carrying the card, are those who are conscious and belong to the body politic. It's an element of reversion to sovereignty, but it doesn't have the political and legal force of nationality because the sovereignty has yet to be restored. So it just serves as an element. It's important now. I'm not minimizing importance. I'm just wondering that it doesn't have the political and legal force of nationality.
Okay, it doesn't have the political and legal force of nationality. I would say is because there's not enough conscious Moors who are actively trying to restore the nationality.
That means exactly. The because is yes. The because is the sovereignty has yet to be restored. That's the because would be the sovereignty has yet to be restored. And then you say so the reason why the sovereignty is yet to be restored is what you just said.
Right. Because
you just gave the reason why the sovereignty is yet to be restored.
Right. So
that's not why it doesn't have the legal and political force it doesn't have the Moorish nationality doesn't have the legal and political force because the sovereignty has yet to be restored. Right. The reason why the sovereignty has to be restored is what you said.
Right. So
they're talking about the chain. They're talking about the chain of logic and the chain of logic.
Right. So now, how do we get everyone on the same page? That's the biggest problem.
You're doing it. You're part of doing it. You're part of doing it. New York. I just try to, as everybody knows, I just try to keep it. I try to keep it practical. You are part of doing it. Your platform. You're just one of many. But I'm saying this is the how. You meaning having us on, clearing up that, you having other people on, but they need to have this knowledge though. The others that are on need to have this knowledge. But I'm saying you're doing it, Ron. You're part of doing it. Yeah. The fact that you called me 6 months ago, I'm just letting you know that you're part of doing it.
Being active, keeping the torch lit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to make it as plain because as opposed to making it all that, because it ain't all that. It's just you being active and you working with us and others. Now we gotta get the others that's on this platform to be working together with proper concepts. We have other connections. This ain't we have a large network. We have a network of other conscious and unconscious Moors.
Educational umbrella of proper concepts.
Absolutely.
That's what's needed.
I try to make it practical, bro, because it is just that. Because if you try to, what happens, Ron, if you try to make it so complicated, then they end up not doing anything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much. That's too much. You know what I mean? No, you don't want it. No. Just kiss it. You want to kiss it. And I know that from experience. I know that from teaching. I know that from experience of what I'm saying to be true. You got to keep it simple. You got to give them like a simple task. Take this stick and then move it to this table. You know what I mean? And you say, it may sound I'm oversimplifying, but I'm just to make the point. Take this stick and take it to this table. So now, they now took the stick and put it on that table. Now you give them another task. That's all I'm saying. I just try to keep it, just trying to make it, so you're part of it, of helping. We're working together, Ron. And we're connected with other networks. You're part of the network, Ron. And you have a network of what? 10, 20 that you bring on. That are part of organizations. Remember, and you're growing. Look at look at the effect of you and Mike are having. And how you're increasing, with Spotify and other outreach you networks you're connecting to. You're doing it, brother. I appreciate you. You and Mikey.
Thanks, respect. Yeah,
we can go to the next one.
All right. Another misconception at large: individual citizens or nationals can make a proclamation.
That is a big misconception. That clearly means that they don't know the meaning of proclamation. They never looked up the word. Yeah. They never looked up the word. They heard it from somebody else, like a Paul Parrot. They never looked the word up themselves. If they just simply look the word up on a computer that they hold every day called a cell phone, just Google the word proclamation. No, that's all. I'm just trying to. I got to do it like this, Israel.
Keep it simple, man. Hey.
Just Google the word proclamation. You won't need to say Abdullah said, Israel said, Ron said, anything. Just Google the word proclamation. And you're going to see that it's going to be a head of state, a mayor, a president, or a king. It'll be a head of state, not individual citizens. Yeah. Just Google the word proclamation.
A proclamation is an official and public announcement, often in the form of document signed by a government official like a
Oh, government official. Oh, signed by a government official. Ain't that something?
Evidentiary standards, man. Look, just
It didn't say regular citizen. It said government official. And all we did was just look the word up. Ain't that something? Wow, isn't that something? Just by looking the word up. Isn't that something?
yeah, so it's simple.
This is
over.
why I continue to say that it's not a lot. It's foundational. What it is that they listen to somebody on YouTube or Facebook or whatever it is, right? They ain't looking the words up themselves.
Or in reality,
don't, my brothers and sisters, don't view us as no gods, please. Don't view us. Check us, fact check us. Don't view us. We ain't challenge us. Yeah. But do your due diligence. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, Ron. But we wanted the people to look it up. Yeah. But thank you, Ron. Appreciate you.
Well.
All right. Another misconception at large. Only a national can lien a person, place, or a thing, not a citizen.
All right, this is one of the we dealt with this 2 weeks ago, and looking at national and citizen from a universal perspective. All right, so we'll start with. Let me start with citizen. From a universal perspective, citizen is domestic. The Monaco citizen, Russian citizen, German citizen. So the example I gave, whereas national has a broader meaning in the international arena. So let me give an example. A Russian citizen in Russia would not be classified as a Russian national in Russia. A Russian in China will be classified as a Russian national. Like you would say Russian nationals. They won't say Russian citizens. They won't say Russian citizens. Some may say that, but it's appropriate because the Russian national has a border. I'm explaining Russian nationals in China, Russian citizens in Russia. I'm giving the application. Yeah. German nationals in France, German citizens in Germany. Citizen is domestic. That's why it's domestic. So you wouldn't say German citizens in France because the citizen is domestic. It's German nationals. Yeah. Nationals not domestic. That's all. Nationals not domestic. Citizen is domestic. Look it up themselves. They going by the European Freeman Group stuff. I'm talking international law. I'm talking government structure. I'm talking government structure, sovereignty. I'm coming from that these European Freeman Groups ain't never teach on. Now look how fundamental this is. This is what I'm saying. It's not even all that. It's a lot of it's the misconceptions following the European Freeman Groups. They don't teach nationality. They don't teach sovereignty. They don't teach anything that we've taught on this platform. None. We go to the next one. Mm-hmm.
Misconception at large. The current war we are in is nationals versus citizens.
All right. So, and the reason why Israel phrasing, even though it would be the same answer but this is a misconception though. So he has to lay out all the misconceptions, which he did. Mm-hmm. So the current war. So once again, citizen is domestic. National flies up a broader meaning in the international arena. It's not a versus. It's that citizen is domestic. You're talking jurisdiction here. Mm-hmm. Citizens domestic. National would be used in a foreign. So national, foreign, citizen, domestic. As I said before, You would not use citizen for a Chinese national in France. They were classified as Chinese nationals in France.
Yeah.
You would not say Chinese nationals. You would not classify Chinese who are in China as Chinese nationals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a versus. It's just understanding that citizen is domestic and national refers to that which the foreign. It has a much broader meaning in the international arena.
Yeah.
Just want to just make it plain, keep it simple.
Proper concepts. Another misconception at large, a big one. Moors do not need a driver's license to navigate an automobile on the roadway unless they are conducting business driving.
All right, so I know my 33 years of being Moorish conscious and involvement, this has been a lot of time, resources have been in this. I'm going to address it though, but in this area, not community outreach. I've seen individual Moors who spent a lot of time in this. Not community outreach now. They don't care jack about no community outreach. So let's address the Moors need a driver's license to navigate.
Moors do not need.
Moors do not need a driver's license to navigate an automobile on the roadways unless they are conducting. All right, business. All right, so you have. There's conscious Moors who. And they are right that we are traveling on our ancestors' roads. That they're correct. But let's go back to the octopus.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to the octopus.
Go back to it.
Go back to the octopus. All right. You see there territorial sovereignty? Well, United States gained title over our land because a treaty, the French treaty, the Louisiana Purchase Treaty with the survey, under Louis XIV, he commissioned surveyors to survey out the boundaries of the conquest. So when the treaty was transferred, when territorial sovereignty was transferred to the United States through the Louisiana Purchase Treaty, as well as the survey title or survey. So United States gained territorial sovereignty. So yes, this is our ancestral state roads. But we have United States has not through conquest on the United States part, United States gained territorial sovereignty from the conquering power of France and Spain and Great Britain.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
So yes, this is our land, but we've lost our sovereignty. This is why on the maps. It reads, all right, and no one in the year 1662 was saying United States. I was born in the United States. I'm from the United States. I'm going to the United States. I live in the United States. No one in the world was saying that in 1662. Why not?
All right, we got a
United States
question.
didn't
In
exist.
1662, United States didn't exist. Yeah, we have a question. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Do Moors have to expatriate?
Expatriate. Mm-hmm.
U.S. citizenship in order to become Moorish national?
No. Let me explain. No. Expatriate. Let me explain. So once again, it's just looking the words up. It's expatriate. That's not the proper application for us. Which means expatriate means that you are going back to your sovereignty which is already intact. Like, how are you going to repatriate to Morocco when the sovereignty is not intact? That's not the proper application. The proper application is reversion to sovereignty. Reversion to sovereignty is an international legal process by which a people who lost their sovereignty, process of regaining their sovereignty and restoring and reviving their statehood and independence. That's the proper application, not expatriate, because our sovereignty has been lost. So when you're talking about loss of sovereignty, expatriate is not the proper application of law. It's reversion to sovereignty. So it's giving them the proper application, reversion to sovereignty based on our condition. So what is the condition? What is the status? All right, so expatriate would, all right, so let's continue with expatriate. That would mean, all right, so you have a German citizen in Germany, all right, so comes over to, say, United States jurisdiction and qualifies for citizenship through number of years of residency and so forth. And so therefore they go through the United States, they become a naturalized citizen, which means they renounce their allegiance to Germany and pledge allegiance to the United States. They want to expatriate. Remember, Germany's sovereignty is still intact. So they want to expatriate to Germany, which they would have to file, there's a process going through the State Department, all right, fill out paperwork, involved with that. You look that up, the process, but the sovereignty is still intact, but our sovereignty is not. So that would not be the proper application. Anything you need to want to add to that, Israel? I just want to make sure I was clear cut with this. It's just understanding the proper application. What our status is. What our status is. How did we become citizens, or how were we brought into the legal framework of the United States? What was our status prior to that? All right. So Juali displaying the Moorish flag indicates that we were of a pre-existing state. That we belong to a state foreign to the United States. Why don't we no longer? What happened that we're not being governed, governing under that Moorish flag anymore? Legislating, executing laws, Moorish passports, Moorish embassies, Moorish consulates, Moorish ambassadors, Moorish consul generals. Where that was once the case. Why don't we function like that now? Because we lost our sovereignty due to Spanish, Portuguese, French, Dutch, Aragon, Castile, England, conquest and colonization and subjugation. That's our original status. We lost our sovereignty. France conquered France. We was under subjugation of France and England, and that. So the United States had maintained our subjugation for over 200 years. The United States forced us into their legal system under the acquisition of nationality through subjugation and placed us into a new citizen framework to reverse that act of subjugation. Juali began the process 112 years ago. It has yet to be completed. That is known as reversion to sovereignty. Juali displaying the Moorish flag, restoring our Moorish national consciousness to our Moorish flag, our Moorish fez, our Moorish turban, our Moorish bay and eel, our Moorish regalia, Moorish scimitar. So now we can look at the European Shriners. Oh, man, these European Shriners and European mystics, man, they renamed and reclassified our Moorish fez as the Shriners fez. Because we're now what? Moorish conscious. Right? Because Juali set the stage to restore our Moorish consciousness. Yet we have not restored our Moorish sovereignty, though he laid the footprints. And that's because what Ron said. Because of what Ron said earlier is that because of those who are in those different orders don't lack this knowledge. I'm just trying to make it plain. It ain't all that. Is that they lack the knowledge of these words and the process and the application of law. We go to the next one.
All right. Another misconception at large: Moorish Americans are recognized as government.
All right. So
I never heard that.
Moorish Americans are recognized. I've heard it as government. So we will look at well, China's a government, France is a government, Iraq's a government, Germany's a government. So Moorish Americans are recognized as government. Well, Moorish American is not name of a governing entity. So, and then you say government, that would mean that they are operating, legislating, executing, and have judicial power. They have Moorish judicial power, Moorish executive power. They're not, that means they have a defined territory. They're not filed within, so let's look at this. They're not filed, our authority. That our authority is our pre-existing Moorish sovereignty. Our authority is inherited, not in Illinois. Our authority is not in Illinois Heritage Divine Statute. Our authority is not in United States codes. Our authority is not vested in United States statutes. Our authority is not vested in United States Constitution. Our authority is not vested in the Kentucky State Constitution. Our authority is not invested in Kentucky State laws. Our authority is not invested in Illinois State Constitution. Our authority is not invested in Heritage Divine Statute. Our authority is not vested in any religious corporation act from Illinois. That's not our authority. You said as a government. So we're talking self-government, self-authority, self-rule, self-determination. So if they show you something that reads our authority from Illinois, that's all I need to see. I'm looking at the evidence that it's not. So hold on. So does Germany have to file? Does Germany have to file with Burkina Faso to function as a government? Like Germany has to file paperwork. yeah, Germany. Yo, Ron, Germany filed paperwork. Did you know, Ron, that Germany filed some paperwork and Burkina Faso, so they can be recognized as a government? You didn't know that? You didn't know that Germany filed some? Germany?
What?
Germany's using French laws. Germany's using French laws. According to French laws, German government, according to French laws, we're recognized as a government. You see how I'm doing this, y'all? I'm just saying, I'm gonna continue saying this, my brothers and sisters. It's not a lot. It's the misconceptions. You're in quicksand. You're not grounded in foundational knowledge, foundational principles, core foundational principles. How do I know this? How am I going to dance and answer these and break this? Because I'm showing you what foundational core principles. I think we nailed that. All right. Thank you, Ron, for this extra time. I greatly appreciate you, brother. You and Mikey.
No problem.
But another misconception at large: Moors can create a nation within a nation.
All right, this is my thing right here. All right. Moors can create a nation within a nation. So I want y'all to see how I'm going to do this. Just hear me out, y'all. Nation, see how I'm doing this. Nation within a nation. All right, so what would that look like? A nation within a nation. So Russia, through a treaty, is granting, through a treaty, Russia is going to allow, negotiate a treaty with Germany and give a defined portion of Russia to Germany. And Germany say nation within a nation. He said nation within a nation. That means within a nation's border with the preposition. See what I'm doing? Just follow me, y'all. Follow me. Language. The preposition within. I'm using grammar, my brothers and sisters. Nation within a nation. Within. So let's follow me. Let's visualize this. We have a box. You have a box. I want y'all to place a smaller box within a larger box. That's a visual. Let's follow me. And what that means, the preposition within, we have a red block. We have the red box is the bigger box. We're going to place the blue box within the red box. So you say the blue box is within the red box. We're talking this is grammar. This is prepositions. Understanding prepositions. This is spatial. This is spatial prepositions. Follow me, my brothers and sisters. So the blue box is within the red box. That means it's within the boundaries of the red box. So that means that the red box has to give authority to negotiate a treaty for one, for the blue box to be within the set up within the boundaries of the red box government structure. How would that be done? Do a treaty. That has to be done because you're talking about the foreign state, another. So a nation within a nation, that has to be done. We talk about within a nation. Where does that exist? Of filing paperwork in Illinois does constitute that? Hold on, filing some paperwork with Illinois, filing, all right, under the Herds Revised Statute of Illinois, the Religious Corporation Act of Illinois, Herds Revised Statute. Illinois was one of the 5 states that was developed in the Northwest Territory, governed by the Northwest Ordinance for a while until they set up a constitutional convention. All right. Cook County is a creature of the state of Illinois. So they negotiated a treaty with the United States, whereby you remember the United States is exercising territorial sovereignty. So the United States gave them a portion. I'm just saying that just look at the principles. So they now have self-governing of power, legislative, executive, judicial power. They can set up embassies in France and Germany and China, Burkina Faso and Senegal. They can send ambassadors. So don't ask. My thing is, once they say that, don't ask them. Do this. Oh, what is the name? What is the name of your ambassador in Russia? What is the name of your ambassador in Germany? Where is your embassy in China located? Don't ask them that they set nothing up. Just ask them as if they had. Just ask them as if they ask the questions as if they had.
Ask about
all right.
Elements.
Yes, and then ask the question according to the elements. Mm-hmm. And that's gonna be no. But the conscious Moors can't do this because they don't know the fundamentals. Once again, it's not a lot. It's fundamentals. It's arithmetic. It's arithmetic. I mean, it's foundational. When I say arithmetic, it's foundational. Foundational to algebra. Arithmetic is foundational to algebra. Mm-hmm. All right, we go to the next one.
Another misconception at large. Our mothers sold us into subjugation of the United States by signing the birth certificate as the informant.
That is not true. I know that this has been going around for over about 40, 50, 60, 70 years. This is a misconception. In international, let's go to international law. Let's go back to the octopus. To explain this, I gotta go to the octopus. All right, so we have territorial sovereignty, which is a core principle in international law. We see here acquisition of territory. We have loss of sovereignty, land boundary cession treaties, territorial jurisdiction, law of secession, change of sovereignty of a people, and the United States Constitution, acquisition of nationality through subjugation and cession. We have change of sovereignty and its effects on the nationality of the inhabitants. Oh, here we go. Change of sovereignty and its effects on the nationality of the inhabitants, which means that a conquering power, a conquering state has subjugated a state. So we have change. So that state loses her sovereignty. So you have a change of sovereignty. And what effects would that have on the nationality of the inhabitants? One of the elements of territorial sovereignty is that the conquering state can determine the status of the conquered people of the territory that they conquered. There's nothing that they signed. They ain't signed up. They ain't signed anything. They didn't sign anything. They didn't sign a lick of paperwork. This is why we did this. So that the answer lies in understanding the elements here that is in the tentacles of territorial sovereignty.
Now,
you explain it using these elements. Has nothing to do with and nothing to do with no driver license you sign, no marriage license you sign, nothing you sign. That meaning that if you rescind all that yesterday, you're still subjugated on the United States because our sovereignty, United States, our sovereignty has been lost. Our mother is still in the hospital. Our protector, our nourisher is in the hospital in a coma. We must waken our mother. Juali began the process 112 years ago to waken our mother out of a coma. It's because of what Ron said 15 minutes ago, that these Moors lack this knowledge. It's why it's taken so long and we have not restored our Moorish sovereignty. We lack this knowledge. We are operating and functioning in quicksand.
Okay.
Status correction. Correct your status. Get your birth certificate. Status correction. Get your birth certificate. All these misconceptions. Nothing about reversion of sovereignty. Nothing about organizing people politically. Nothing. I don't hear nothing about it. I don't hear anything. Correct your status. Your individual purpose. Individual stuff. Individual. I hear individual upon individual upon individual upon individual upon individual upon individual. They never talk no unity. They never talk no community outreach. They never talk. It's individual. I got mine. Status correction. Birth certificate. You know what I mean?
All right. I want to go to the questions in the chat. So there's a Pan American Private International Law Code of 1928 give protections to Moorish Americans within the Americas.
Does the Pan American Private International Law Code of 1928 give protection to Moorish Americans within the Americas? All right. Our mother. All right, let's keep in mind again. I'm gonna go back to this. Our mother is in the hospital. Our mother is our protector. She can't protect us right now because she has yet to be awakened out of her over 200-year period of a coma. That's our protector. Meaning that does the United States has jurisdiction over us. United States has territorial sovereignty. Because United States has territorial sovereignty that they gained through treaties from France and Spain and Portugal, United States, Mexico. United States, that gives United States under international law, subjugation and conquest, the right to govern the affairs and also determine the status of the inhabitants. We have to restore our mother. Juali had it right. Juali had it right. They don't understand what he did. Jewelry didn't talk no sovereignty. That means they don't understand what I said earlier at the onset. They don't understand that a flag, what? Embodies what? A nation's sovereignty. That is a grave misconception right there, not with that lack of knowledge. They're in leadership position. We got people in leadership positions who lack this knowledge of what a flag represents. I'm talking about what Jewelry did. You cannot, no one on this planet can challenge me on what Jewelry did display the Moorish flag. That's irrefutable. He did display the Moorish flag. That is a fact, Jack.
Okay, I want to. He's saying it again. Being that the Pan American Private International Law Code of 1928 deals with nationality and territorial sovereignty, give protections to Moorish Americans within America.
All right, let me say this again. Because we lost our sovereignty, I understand about the Declaration of the Rights of the Child, Principle 3, every child has a right to a name and nationality. I understand United Nations Human Rights Proclamation, 1948, Article 15, Section 1. Everyone has a right to a name and nationality. I'm clear on that. But it's only when you're talking about Moorish nationality, the Moorish nationality can only be defined and be within a Moorish political legal framework. No international governing body can do that for us. We're talking about Moorish nationality. Well, I didn't say nationality. I said Moorish nationality. I didn't say French nationality. I didn't say you have a right to a French nationality. I didn't say French. I said Moorish nationality. Now, it doesn't. All right, hear me out. That what Ron put up, the 1928 Pan American, does not have power over China defining Chinese nationality. Does not have power or jurisdiction over France defining the French nationality. It does not have jurisdiction over Russia defining Russian nationality, nor does it have jurisdiction over defining Moorish nationality. Now we're talking specific. As nationality is the core foundation of sovereignty. So you're talking now, because now we're talking the political. You're talking about our Moorish nationality being placed back into the political and legal framework of Moorish nationality, Moorish sovereignty. No international, nothing you can show me. Nothing you can show me internationally that can determine to tell the French government how to define the French nationality. Now, what it does now, because there are international human rights laws. There's international human rights law. So the French government does not have arbitrary power because of international law. But now we're talking here defining now. We're talking defining the French nationality. We're talking placing the French nationality within the French political and legal framework. No international instrument you can show me can dictate that to France or China, Burkina Faso, Russia, Germany, because that's a product of Russian sovereignty, French sovereignty, German sovereignty. We couldn't be no Burkinabe sovereignty, Senegalese sovereignty. Do you know how detailed I am now? I know you could throw. I read those like the nationality. I understand that we're talking Moorish nationality.
All right, I want to go.
You want to get a German nationality? That's fine. A French nationality? That's fine. But you're talking Moorish nationality. So a sovereignty that has not been restored.
Okay, did the Moors play a part of setting up this government?
You talk that United talking about the United States government. No. Let me explain. I said no. That's that, and then I'm going to give my findings. So we addressed this in part one.
Part one. Yeah.
This was addressed in part one. So I don't know how many slides we have, because we did address this thoroughly. We did address this, Ron, in part one.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing something we've already. In fact, we did it about 3 or 4 times, right? Because it's like 3 or 4 questions, related questions, right? Israel.
Yep.
That's related to that question, and we addressed it extensively in part one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we don't want to, because this is part 2, so we don't want to spend a lot of time talking about what we already addressed in part 1. I mean, remember, we addressed it extensively 3 or 4 different times. Now, if I had done it like, just, maybe in 30 seconds, but it was addressed extensively 3 or 4 times in part 1. Because I'd rather them go to part 1 so they can actually see, and then hear more detail about it and the findings that we laid out, so we can, let's continue here.
So the question that's on the screen now, Brother Ryan, is actually the next misconception that we're going to address.
All right, cool.
Misconception at large: Moors are part and parcel of the United States.
All right, so we have part and parcel referring to land, partial land, part of the United States. Now, Moors, that we are subjugated on the United States. So there is a part of that, meaning that the United States forced us into their legal framework. So I can't say that we're not part of the United States. The question is, how did we become part of the United States? Through the international law process known as acquisition of nationality through subjugation. What does that mean? The United States forced us. We were already subjugated under the United States. United States forced us into their legal system, and through legislation placed us into a new citizenship framework. That is not United States laws. That is international law. United States applied international law of acquisition of nationality of subjugation, means forcing a conquered population into their legal system. So we're part. I'm explaining the part. How did we become part?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yes, part, yes, through subjugation, but not as we the people. We are not we the people of the United States. We are not the sovereign body of the United States Constitution. We are not the national sovereign body of within the United States Constitution. We are the people of the land. We are the original people of the land, but we are not the people of the United States. Hear me out. The United States is not the land. All right, hear me out. We are the people of the land and not the people of the United States. Don't they mean the same thing? No, they don't. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Go back to the octopus. Let's go back to the octopus. Oh, no. We're talking about the original people of the land. The people of the United States. All right. So how did the United States become to use in a geographical sense? Remember, let's go back in 1662. No one was saying, born in the United States, going to the United States, I'm from the United States, I live in the United States, I'm in the United States. No one in the world was saying that in 1662. The United States had not been formed. How did that come? What is the international law process by which people have come to say, born in the United States, I'm in the United States, I'm from the United States, live in the United States. What is the international law? If we go, you're looking at it right now, international law processing. What is that? All right, let's go to international law. So I said before, France conquered, France surveyed through conquest. All right, under Louis XIV, named the conquered the survey land named the conquered survey Moorish land, Louisiana Territory. France ceded to Spain in 1662 through the Treaty of Fontainebleau. So now you say, oh, I'm in Spain. So 1763, people say, I'm in Spain. Because what? France cedes what? Territorial sovereignty to Spain through the Treaty of Fontainebleau. All right? So Spain retroceded it to the United States and to France in 1801. France sells it and therefore cedes the title through the Louisiana Purchase. You have Great Britain. Great Britain in 1783. Article 1, His Britannic Majesty recognizes the United States bids, all 13 of them, to be free, sovereign, and independent states that he cheats with them and he relinquishes through all the things debates respectively. So now you have, so now there's a new map, 1784 map, United States. Along the land of sea coast, you said United States, right? But a 1760 map says Great Britain. 1770 map, Great Britain. But 1784 map, United States. 1781 map, it says Spain or France. But 1784 map, 1704 map, where it once says France, New France, New Windsor Territory, it now says United States. It's 1704. So now, because of the territorial sovereignty transfer, United States is used in a geographical sense, that's how the United States acquired the territory. But we are the people of the land. We are the original, autochthonous, native, indigenous people of the land. We are not the people of the United States. We the people of the United States. We are not the national body, the sovereign body within the United States Constitution. We are not the people of the United States. We are the original, autochthonous, native, aboriginal people of the land. Once again, misconceptions. And I want to thank Israel for deciding to do this lesson and laying out these misconceptions.
Most definitely. So another misconception at large, Moors can create their own passport.
All right.
At large?
That means Moors don't understand government. Moors don't understand sovereignty. This is the whole point. All right, so here we go. Passport. All right. Done through legislation. French passport, German passport, Russian passport, German passport. Done through German passport is what? Through legislation. All right, so the German passport is owned by Germany, right? And how the passport is issued, termination date, that's done through German parliament. So outside of regaining our sovereignty, what passport you creating? Passport. Hold on. So you're gonna what? A Moorish passport. You got a Moorish passport. You in Russia with a Moorish passport? You in Germany with a Moorish passport? You in France with a Moorish passport? You in Burkina Faso with a Moorish passport? You in Senegalese with a Moorish passport? You haven't reversed. We haven't recovered our lost Moorish sovereignty. We set up embassies and consulates and send ambassadors, and they don't understand government. I've heard this for 33 years. 33 years. This misconception been out for over 33 years. They don't understand the elements of government. It's not a lot. They lack in foundational knowledge of government and sovereignty and nationality, jurisprudence, They don't have a jurisprudence mind. They have what? A parrot mind. They're parroting. It's too much parroting, no studying. There's no study, it's parroting. You got a lot of parroting going on. I'm being hard because I love us. I love our people. I love our people. We're getting, I'm not gonna say it, we're getting our, you know what, kicked. We cannot continue to pass along these misconceptions and pass these misconceptions to our children. We're getting our, you know what, kicked. We're sinking in quicksand. We're sinking in the misconception quicksand.
Mm-hmm. All we gotta do is stop.
Because you want to sell a package. You want to sell a package. Abdullah don't know what he's talking about. I got a passport for $1,000. I'm not making nothing up. Whenever I say I'm not exaggerating, my brothers, I'm not exaggerating. I'm telling you, I've seen people sell packs for 10,000, 15,000, 5,000, 7,000. I'm serious. They're going to say, Abdullah, get your hands out of my pocket, Malcolm. They got something to sell you. Yeah. And then what? When it don't work, they're not answering their phones. They're not going to answer their phones. They will not answer their phones. They will not answer their phones. Give them 5,000. Give it to them. Give them 10,000. They ain't going to answer their phones. And you're going to call me, Abdullah. We teaching foundation. This is, I'm telling you, this can move this movement big time. Proper concepts. It ain't going for one. It hasn't gone far anyway. Been 112 years. How far have we gone in 112 years? How far have we gone in 112 years? I'm not teaching them. I'm not teaching misconceptions. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not in the popularity contest. I don't care about, people liking me. And and what I'm saying is that you're interfering with their money exchanging. That's all. Because these people selling these processes and selling this paperwork thousands of dollars. All right, now we have stick to the prophet's teachings, Muslim. I am. Thank you, brother. I am sure sticking to the prophet's teachings. Ain't that something? I sure am. I am sticking. I am sticking to the prophet's teaching. Thank you. I sure am. Juali displayed the Moorish flag. Was behind you, Israel. He displayed that. That's a fact. The elements of a flag: sovereignty, territoriality, national unity, diplomatic presence. He displayed that Moorish flag. That's his teachings. The fact that he displayed his Moorish flag, restoring our Moorish consciousness to our pre-existing sovereignty, our pre-existing national unity, our pre-existing diplomatic presence, our pre-existing territoriality. I am sticking to the prophet's teachings. Thank you. So he was implying that I wasn't.
I think he was talking about somebody else in the chat.
All right, good.
All right, I think we have about 10 more slides left.
All right, we got.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah, we got time. Yeah, that's right.
Another misconception at large. Oh, yeah. Article 3, Section 2 of the United States Constitution authorizes Moors to establish Morocco consular courts in the United States.
Yeah, Pacola just handed me this picture of Juali. Yeah, I'm in Chicago now at the home office, 912 South Commercial Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. And I think we're gonna be doing another live something after this. Yeah, we're gonna prophetic tea talk. We'll be doing a live. Yes. All right. On my Facebook page, Abdullah Bey's Facebook page.
Another live after this one?
Yeah, on my Facebook page, Abdullah Bey Facebook page. Yeah, yes. I've done about 4, 5, 6 live. In fact, I did one earlier, walking down the street. Yusef had me, on. I was on a casual phone conversation. He put me on live. Yeah. So, a misconception here. All right. So, Article 3, Section 2 of the United States Constitution authorizes Moors to establish Moroccan consular courts in the United States. All right. So, Article 3, Section 2 of the United States Constitution. All right. The consular courts are established by treaties. So, the French, there's no constitution that authorizes another foreign power to establish consular courts. Consular courts are established by treaty. The authorization is through treaty, not through constitution. They negotiate to set up consular courts through treaty. It's not within. That's a great misconception. Article 3, Section 2 of the United States Constitution, and there are several clauses within the section. Now, if you're talking about a United States consular court, that would be Article 2. Article 2 would be not Article 3. All right. Article 3, Section 1, and Article 3, Section 2. So you're talking about the United States judicial power vested in the Supreme Court in Article 3, Section 1. Article 3, Section 2 deals with the type of cases that the United States courts can hear. And so that's Article 3, Section 2 and 6, 7, 8, 9 clauses. But it doesn't invest the United States Supreme Court power to authorize consular courts. That is Article 3, not even the United States consular courts. Article 2 of the United States Constitution for United States consular courts, not for a foreign court, not for a Chinese consular court, not for a French consular court, not for a German consular court. So absolutely not. This is a great misconception. So look at Article 2 of the United States Constitution regarding United States consular courts. But once it's established once again, the authorization is through treaty. So meaning a treaty has to be negotiated first. A treaty with Siam and United States, which has been done. Treaty with Siam, between Siam and the United States, which has extraterritoriality jurisdiction. And that authorization is established through treaty first. And then so now when that is done through treaty for United States to set up a United States consular courts in Siam, all right, so now Article 2 of the United States Constitution now kicks in, where now it'll be governed. The United States consular courts in Siam will be governed under Article 2 of the United States Constitution, not Article 3 of Section 2. Article 2 or Article 1, Article 2 executive power, or Article 1 of the United States legislative power, but not Article 3. Not Article 3, Section 2 will not have authority over the United States consular courts in Siam. It'll be Article 1 or Article 2 of the United States courts, United States Constitution. Look it up, my brothers and sisters. Jack, we'll do, we'll do something. We'll back. I'm going to post this tomorrow. We'll post that information tomorrow. This is good, man.
Yeah. Another misconception at large: nationals are sovereigns, so they don't follow the same laws, rules, regulations, etc. as citizens.
All right. There are different types of sovereignties. The word sovereignty has taken on different meanings over the period of centuries, for a period of 4 centuries. There are different types of sovereignty. You have a most ancient sovereignty that's going back over 10,000 years. That sovereignty dealing with divine sovereignty, where the authority comes from from divinity. That's the sovereignty that the Pope is operating on. You know what I mean? So it's called ecclesiastical law or religious law. But the most ancient part of the sovereignty is divine, dealt from the divine sovereignty. Then you have another type of sovereignty where the sovereignty is vested in a royal house, House of Windsor, House of Hanover, House of Ottoman or Osman, the Osman House, and it's what through secession. All right, so that's through that. So you have that type of sovereignty that's vested in a house or king or queen, and that's through secession. And you have another type of sovereignty. The most modern type of sovereignty is known as popular sovereignty, where the sovereignty is vested in the people. So the political phrase, we the people or the people, refers to the most modern type of sovereignty, popular sovereignty. So now you say nationals are sovereigns. So they are kings or they're emperors. So sovereignty is vested so they have a royal house. So that these Moors claiming to be sovereigns, they have a royal house, Privy Council, royal house, but they say sovereign. So, but yet, hold on. So, but they raising the Moorish flag though. They say, I am sovereign. You're raising the Moorish flag, and you say, I am sovereign. That refers to a pre-existing sovereignty. So all of y'all are sovereign, but that's the European Freeman Group crap. That's the European Freeman Group crap that's been out there for a while.
Is the Freeman Group and the Patriot Group the same group?
Yes. The Patriot Freeman, yes. Patriot Freeman, yes.
Okay.
Some of them called them Freemen, right? Back like 30 years ago, they were Freemen. And then the word Patriot came out a little late. Yeah, Patriot groups. Yeah, same group. Yeah, that they got that from them.
Gotcha.
Remember, they don't teach nationality though. They don't that 4 columns. They don't teach that. They don't teach the 4 columns that had, the consequently aspect of nationality, the social culture aspect, the political framework, the legal framework. They don't teach that. They don't teach the truth of Moorish history.
No, of course not. So the brother Yasru, what happened to the slide? Okay, here we go. Oh,
Yeah, my end. Yeah. No, what thing out.
You said what?
Everything went.
Everything went out. You breaking up still. Are you better? Oh, good. You focused.
Good.
Yeah, put the step. Waiting for the slides to come back up.
I don't know.
So I trust that this is clearing up a lot of misconceptions, my brothers and sisters. Please look at part 1 that was done 2 weeks ago. We did part 1, addressing misconceptions in this Moorish movement at large with using evidentiary standards. Using evidentiary standards and foundational principles. Wait for the slides, Israel. He's frozen. Hey, Ron, he's
frozen.
He's frozen.
All right, hold on. Got another one.
All right.
All right.
Coming back in. All right. Mm.
All right. All right. So let's move right along. I mean, we could conclude now and then come back.
Man, give one more chance. One more chance. Wow, man.
How many more slides does he have?
We got, I think, 7 more.
7 more. Okay.
Yeah. Damn.
Let's go to the questions.
Let's go to some questions. Let's go to some questions so we can.
All right. The 14th and 15th Amendments puts us in slavery by giving us granted privileges, calling us black, when we were already declared free under the National Constitution of 1774. That's not a question.
All right. One, we were not declared free under the Constitution, National Constitution of 1774. We once again, the remedy to our subjugation is the international law legal process known as reversion to sovereignty. To be declared free is to restore our mother. To be declared free is to go back to our original status, our original condition of self-governance, Moorish statehood. That is to be declared free. If we're still being subjugated if the United States is still dictating to us, and you say United States, and the United States starts banging banners everywhere. The United States is this, and meaning that we're not the free a people is to restore them to their original status and condition before slavery, before conquest, before subjugation, before captivity, before bondage. That is freeing a people. That is declaring a people free, restoring our Moorish statehood, restoring us to self-authority, self-rule, self-determination, solidarity, self-governance, reversion to sovereignty, restoring us to independence, reviving our Moorish statehood. We don't know what constitutes freedom. You have to know your original status, indemnity. We talk about insurance now. Meaning restoring indemnity, meaning making a person whole. We have not been made whole. I'm talking about the elements. Are the elements up there? Have the elements been restored of freedom? Why are we still having these classes? Oh, you know what, Ron? You know what? We're free, Ron. You're wasting your time, Ron. Ron, you're wasting your time having this platform because we're free already. Of course, I'm being facetious. I mean, my Lord, increase me in knowledge. They saw it. My Lord, increase me in knowledge. All right, another one.
Yeah,
Moors must. Go ahead, you can read it. Yes, I'm probably.
Next misconception at large: Moors must challenge the judge's jurisdiction in court by requesting the delegation of authority order.
All right, so let's go to the 1787 peace treaty between His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Morocco, and the United States. All right. So does the treaty read that? Does the treaty of the Peace and Friendship Treaty read that? So in fact, the treaty, as I mentioned last week, part 1, that the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Morocco, and the United States of 1787 conveys a private rights of action. I mean, doesn't convey a private rights of action, conveys a non-private rights of action, which means that the power is delegated to a Moorish consul or a United States consul for United States citizens, but a Moorish consul. So does the treaty read, does the treaty read? Moors must challenge the judges to jurisdiction in court by requesting. Where's that? Where's that in the treaty? Show me that. Show me that substantial language in the treaty. It's not all that. Show me the substantive language in the treaty. There's no back and forth. Show me that substantial language in the treaty. That's it. Just show it to me. Yeah, give me the article. Put it in the chat. Type the article in the chat of the treaty. 1786 or 1836 treaty. So type in the chat. See how simple, how cut and dry I am with it. All right, go to the next one.
Another misconception at large: the etymological meaning of the word education means to train like animals.
All right. All right, you have the root word DUC.
I like that.
You have the prefix E. You have the suffix ATION. We're gonna start there. I mean, how am I gonna start? That's how you start. You said that it means that, so we're gonna see that. All right. So DUC means lead. E means out. ATION, which is a suffix noun ending, means process of, state of, or condition of. Where's animal training in etymology? Lead out. How does one, based on the etymology, lead out the process or conditional state of leading out? How does one derive that it means animal training? How did that come about? That someone derived that from the etymology that it means animal training. We got to start there. That's the starting point. Then you give me something else that's connotative. So now, how is it that the connotative meaning takes precedent over the mother? What is that called? Cultural identity theft, subjugation, cultural genocide, or I mean, what? So that's really what it is. I mean, I'm giving the etymology of the word. They can look it up themselves. Look up the etymology of the word education. They don't need to say Abdullah said anything. Where does animal training come in the meaning? And the true meaning.
Yeah.
Not meaning.
That's
true meaning.
Yeah.
Meaning deals with semantics. True meaning deals with etymology. We can go to the next one.
Another misconception at large: Moors can create allodial titles because they are indigenous to the land.
All right, because United States, just go back to the octopus. Because United States is exercising territorial sovereignty over our land through that they gained from France and United States and Mexico, from Russia, from Spain, from England / Great Britain. As long as United States has territorial sovereignty, which means that that element is United States has control over the territory as well as the inhabitants. You're going to do what? What? You're going to create what? Where are you going to create what? Do you know this was in operation, my brothers and sisters? Change of sovereignty and its effects on the nationality of the inhabitants. Acquisition of nationality due subjugation and cession. Change of sovereignty of a people and the United States Constitution. Law of secession. Territorial jurisdiction. Land boundary cession treaties. Loss of sovereignty. Acquisition of territory. That's what we're dealing with here on our land. And United States has it under law of secession. So we're talking about law of secession, whereby France or Spain, the predecessor state, transfers territory sovereignty to the secession state under the law of secession. And then so gain what? So if the status of the inhabitants is not determined in the treaty, the United States can determine the status because the United States is now gained territorial sovereignty. That's why the United States can what? That's why they have these different maps. United States. Yeah, United States. Yeah, United States on the map. So the United States is used in the geographical sense because United States what? Gained territorial sovereignty. That's why. You gonna create what? Why the United States has territorial sovereignty? All right. Where you get that from? European freemen, patriots? Patriots told y'all that? Did the patriots teach? Did these European patriots teach you this? What's this on this octopus? They did teach y'all the consequential aspect of nationality, the cultural aspect of nationality, the political framework of nationality, the legal framework of nationality. Did they teach y'all about these misconceptions and how to analyze them? Did they teach y'all what I have in Moors and Masonry Part 1, Moors and Masonry Part 2, the allotment, Masonic compass square, and the connection measurement and timekeeping? No. They have not taught y'all foundational anything. Go ahead, follow after them. Go ahead. They haven't taught y'all any foundational anything. They certainly have taught y'all about nationality. We go to the next one. Y'all gonna be further in dick quicksand.
Another misconception at large: people who are labeled as Negro, colored, and black are considered to be stateless.
That is not true. We addressed this, but now this is a question. All right, once again, Moors classified as Negro, colored, black, redefined as Negro, colored, black, made that by France, Spain, Great Britain, and that maintained that redefining status been maintained by the United States for over 200 years, are been forced into the United States legal system. They're not stateless. They're subjugated under the United States. They're not stateless. They're tied to a state through subjugation. Stateless means they would not be tied to a state at all. But they are tied to the United States through subjugation. Through not through a United States process, through an international law process known as acquisition of nationality through subjugation. United States applied that international law process through the 14th Amendment, through forcing us into their legal system and placing us into a new citizenship framework. So no, they're not subjugated. I mean, stateless. They are tied to the United States through subjugation.
Yep.
Conscious Moors and unconscious Moors, conscious Moors, or unconscious Moors.
Yep. All right. Another misconception at large: the word Confederacy, as mentioned in the Articles of Confederation, refers to the Haudenosaunee Confederacy.
All right, so let's go to both instruments. So I want y'all to later on look at both instruments. Show me the substantive language in the instrument. I'm my brothers and sisters. Subtitle: Evidentiary Standards. Using evidentiary standards. It's not complicated. It's not all that. Go to the instruments. Does the instrument read what's on here? Does the instrument read that? Does the Iroquois Confederation Constitution or Haudenosaunee Constitution and the Articles of Confederation, do they read what's that? Do they read the word Confederacy as mentioned in the Articles of Confederation does it read that? Identify the article in the Haudenosaunee Constitution that reads just that. It's just that simple. My brothers and sisters, it ain't all that. It's not all that. Go to the instrument.
Source.
You see, Ron, you see how simple this is?
Yeah, it is.
Just go to the instrument. That's all. Show me in the instrument. Well, don't do me no Fred Astaire. Don't give me no Sammy. Don't do no Sammy Davis Jr. Just
Sammy
go to the instrument.
What? You threw me off with that. That was the first time.
No, to me, tap dancing. Fred Astaire, Sammy, tap dancers. You know what I mean? Just don't tap dance around it.
Get straight to the point with it. Yeah.
Get straight to the point. That's straight to the point.
Yep. All right. The next one, another misconception at large. Article 4, Section 2 is the citizenship clause distinct from the 14th Amendment.
Article 4, Section 2 is the citizenship clause distinct from the 14th Amendment. Yeah. Is that they're asking? Article 2, Section 2 is the United States Constitution. Yeah, Article 4, Section 2 of the United States Constitution is the citizenship clause distinct from the 14th Amendment.
Yeah.
Is that a misconception?
Yes, misconception. Yeah.
What do they? So what do you think they mean by that? Because I've never heard that before. But what I'm talking.
Yeah. So Article 4, Section 2, the citizenship clause distinct from the 14th Amendment. Article 4, Section 2 speaks on the citizens of each state shall be guaranteed. Was it the privileges or the immunities or whatnot of the citizens?
Yes.
Of the several states, and the misconception is that's supposedly that clause is a citizenship clause. But Article 4, when you get into Article 4, that's dealing with the admittance of new states. So
the admission of new states, right? Article 4. Is that Article Section 3 or is Article 4?
This is saying Article 4, Section 2.
But they're dealing with the admission of new states. I don't know how to answer. I mean, I don't know how to, because I don't know how to address this one. This is distinct from the 14th Amendment, because I mean, it will be distinct from the 14th because it's two different. This was agreed upon. Article 4, section by the states, and the Northwest Ordinance. Yes. So yes, it will be distinct. Is that what you're asking? Yes, but I still don't.
So it wasn't to bring in citizens. It was to bring in states. To bring in the state as a whole, right?
All right. Yes.
So
I got you. All right. I didn't see. All right. I want to just clear it up for the people, brother.
Okay. So we found the. All right, so Article 4, Section 2 reads, the citizens of each state shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of citizens in the several states.
Mm-hmm.
So what it's saying is that the citizens of each state, like one state, like the citizens of Kentucky, right, shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of the citizens of New York, California, Philadelphia, you know what I'm saying, of all the rest of the states that exist. So
all right, I got you. All right, I understand that. So that's even was Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee Republican form of equal footing. That's the equal footing clause.
Right,
the equal footing clause, Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee Republican form of government in all states in the Union. That's the equal footing clause. That was one of the agreed upon that they were discussing when they were ironing out the Northwest Ordinance, and that to bring in, that was to bring in new states. All right, they had to guarantee that they would be on equal footing with the 13 parent original states.
Mm-hmm.
That's tied to that principle was related.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But distinct from the 14 are still it actually is. It is.
14th Amendment is dealing with naturalization and.
All right. Yeah. So yes, it's distinct from the 14th Amendment. Absolutely. Now I understand where you're coming from. I got you.
Like the claim is that Article 4, Section 2 is like I guess that was a citizenship clause before the 14th Amendment.
All right, I got you. That's the claim. All right. I still we'll you know what, we'll come back to, you and I will discuss that, and then we're gonna come back to that to give them a much clearer explanation for us that concern. So let's move on. Mm-hmm.
So another misconception at large of the Continental Congress was established by the indigenous people of the continent. We kind of really already cleared that up.
We cleared that up. Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, that was it, right? That's it.
That was it. All right, good. Man, thank you, Ron, for this extra time, man. I greatly appreciate you, man, for that. You see, we needed it. We got to.
Well, I'm gonna just let you know. Anytime y'all come up here, y'all got the Wednesdays, so y'all got the 2 hours. So that's gonna be.
So now we know. All right, we know. All right, that's good.
Yeah, much peace. Yeah.
Yeah, much peace. Yeah, no doubt.
Indeed. On that note, thank you, brothers, for coming out this evening. Thanks for all of the viewers. I really appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm getting a commercial made right now, so I don't have to say this. I'm just letting y'all brothers know. Every 15 to 20 minutes, I'm gonna click on the commercial just to let you know. We need the.
No, you need to do that. No, that's fine. You need to do the commercial. Absolutely.
Yeah. So again, thank you guys for coming out this evening, and we'll see you, I guess, next month, right? That next month.
Yeah, next month, the second Wednesday in November. Yep, second Wednesday in November.
The Moors will be up here. Peace
right,
to everybody in the chat, and we are out of here.
Peace.
Peace.